Oh, we're not talking these lines. Okay. Yes, as you've noticed, we are as unpredictable. We are an unpredictable species likely to kill is to heal. It's best to be wary of those you meet for this very reason. We may be unpredictable, but it serves one better to hope for the best. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me, even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have, and perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Seems like an epic quest we're going to have with her. Can we take her stuff? Right, what has she got? Crossbows. I don't know what tenebrium is. I don't remember seeing it. And she's also got 2 in expert marksman. She's... Oh, crafting as well. Lawmaster. Okay, so you're very much in the vein of Scarlet. Arrow recovery is the same. Stench makes sense. Bully probably makes sense. That's interesting. She's probably not going to be worth keeping around then. It's not a bad bow. Oh, I didn't check that knife. Dagger's not bad. I think it's silly to have two archers. Drill Sergeant. We'll talk to Drill Sergeant, I guess.
Honored to meet you. Wish I was a source hunter. Dangerous line of work, but it's a damn sight more glamorous than being a legionnaire.
Maybe. That's a legionnaire. Is that where we're supposed to go for... It must be. No, that's the gate. So this is where we're supposed to go. We were going the right way. Where's the door? Is that the door? That looks like a gate to me. That is a gate. So how do we get in? There. There is a door. Evidence chests. We might have to have a rummage through them. Aureus, talk to me.
Here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
Oh, I'm going to make all the waves, and I'm going to make trouble with all of your affairs.
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into drivelling hordes of their own misshapen number.
I'm not sure this guy's really fit for command. Let's talk about Councillor Jake. Everyone knows Councillor Jake's mad.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
So you clearly think his wife did it.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
I already don't like this guy.
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
In regards to Jake's wife Esmeralda.
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow.
Yeah, we
Everyone
know.
in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Ooh, this guy's a bit of a jerk.
What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone?
Yep.
Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
I don't know if I believe him.
If you must.
So your main problem is the undead.
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't
we
been
kill this
stuck
guy?
here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
Tell me about the Legion.
We are the pride of Rivalon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
Oh, this guy needs to... This guy has just gone straight to the top of my hit list. What, in your opinion, are the orcs doing on the
I'd
beach?
say they are looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Who tells me he suspects a sect might be at work around Sicil?
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
And finally, I'm guessing the answer to this is going to be amazing. So, how are you enjoying Sicil?
How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Sicil stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Sicil.
This guy's a barrel of laughs. We're going to have a lot of fun with him, I'm sure. Can I take that book? No. Can we kill him? Shut the door.
Sorry, sir.
Shut that door. Shut the door.
You think that's funny, Private?
Loot the boxes. They haven't got much evidence, have they? Do we check the basement or do we go upstairs? We'll go upstairs first. That's a big gem. Talk to me, Ahu.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome.
Tell me more about
But
yourself.
certainly. What would you like to know?
Who or rather what are
Oh,
you?
I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast, and indeed I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul. My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Sicil.
I think that makes
You
sense.
see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment. for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet.
Do tell me a bit more about this cat trick of yours.
Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise?
I read that as female guys for a second.
Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct, even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate.
I think he'd get on with Bear
To
Daughter.
be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness, you couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs, this I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of two worlds.
But isn't it dangerous to polymorph like you do? What if you get stuck in another
Oh,
form?
that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I?
That's a good point.
I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar.
Let's talk about the Source Hunter
By
business.
all means.
Jake's murder.
Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
What happened on the
I
night?
can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead.
The plot thickens.
How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Who, in your opinion, are the suspects?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife Esmeralda. Now it may well be established that she is in fact the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Is there more you can tell me about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
A few questions about Sicil.
What might those be?
Undead?
Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion. The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. And yet, I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct.
How do you design your magical bastille?
Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and Bobcat's your uncle.
He really has a thing for the cat references. You seem to have an orc
You
problem.
have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion they are green-skinned death incarnate. Until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated, we can but bar the gates and hole up like mice while the cats are on the prowl.
Okay. Some interesting stuff there. Log is updated. Is he brewing potions or something? Let's go and check out the basement. Or whatever's down below. There is a couple of basements or cellars or tunnels or something. Oh, it's the prison. That kind of makes sense, actually.
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
More of them. That one's dead. I want that book. That rat has glowing eyes. That's not a rat.
Do you hear that clinking? I think someone's got keys in their pocket.
That's not a rat. That's a polymorph wizard. What's this?
Source hunter or no, not a single non-legionnaire is permitted into the treasure room. Pockets have a pesky habit of growing extra deep in such places.
Well, that's a shame. We'll have to come back because there's stuff I want down here, and I want to get in that treasure room somehow. I guess that's it then. We need to go to the Crab Inn, whatever it was called. And we need to go and talk to the captain about the staff.
Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian
Okay, what have we
stew.
got?
Again.
Esmeralda. Let's go to the crime scene. He Who Smelts It, Volume 2. Where is the crime scene? I think we can just go this way. Are we warm because there's a fire there? Is that what it is?
Potent heat.
They're both warm, but it does wear off. I don't... What was that? That was a waypoint or something, was it? A shrine? Yeah, okay. I think the crime scene's over here. That says crime scene.
When you realize that reward money won't be lining your pocket.
We may have come the long way round. We'll check this, see where we are. See if there's anything interesting or exciting. Do we need to talk to anybody to gain entry? We've already been here.
Believe me, B, you old rat.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The
Yeah,
talk of the
it's true.
town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Mendius has a way with words.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are...
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
What's this opportunity?
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Anybody else getting a tingling feeling that he's a snake oil salesman? Of course.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Adventure is what we live for.
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
I mean, everybody wishes they had a pay rise, right? Would a magic hunter do it because they care about the money? I don't think they would.
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Wealth is but vanity. Wealth is but vanity, that's
Nor
true.
me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels.
Yeah, but that's part of adventuring, and I do like loot.
Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without
True.
spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
I kind of think we do after we've been sent to a location.
Cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
No shame in following directives if your masters are
There's no
trustworthy.
shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
Let's have a bit more conflict between the two of
You'll
them.
always stay menial with that attitude. Just what those trusted masters want.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed. That you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve.
We're going to be set up for something, aren't we?
And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The
Heard of these
invitation to
guys.
join is yours. Grab it.
About this Tom fellow.
Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet.
You're not worried about the undead?
They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks. Or from cold dead, full stop.
Tell me about the Fabulous Five.
Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls.
Snake oil salesman.
You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
What is it that members of the Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward.
I mean, certain contracts can't be a bad thing, right?
Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
Isn't that a pyramid scheme?
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat.
I don't buy into it. I think it's a load of tosh.
Work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Riverlon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?